Hey everyone, it's James from the Poets Garden podcast. Welcome to season 2. For all of our newer listeners, I just wanted to fill you in as to why I'm wearing this sweater. This is the official Poets Garden sound conditioning sweater that usually hangs in our recording booth. Really helps with the sound. But it also doubles as the sincerity sweater. I typically only wear this when I have to issue an apology for something that happened during our podcast sessions. So with that said, I've prepared the following statement. For all of you that have listened before, I know one word that comes to mind when you think of the Poets Garden podcast is professionalism. So I take it very seriously when my actions or lack thereof disrupt the high caliber production of our podcast. During this episode with Jay Stewart, I, for the first time in my career as a podcast producer, I forgot to turn the cameras back on for our third part of the conversation. And while I think the solution I had by using an AI Van Gogh filter on a few stills of us from other parts of the episode was an overly brilliant idea, there really is no excuse for my failures. You know, it would be easy to just blame it all on Jordy. It really would be easy, actually. But no, I'm better than that. And I'm better than Jordy. At everything. So please accept my sincere sweatered apology. To Jay Stewart and to all of you, I'm sorry that Jordy fucked it up. Psych! Oh, just kidding, Jordy. Okay, let's just do this. It's always so much better when I have the mic further away from our mouth, man.
You think so?
Oh, totally. Like mouth sounds, S sounds, P sounds. It's all way better.
Sounds.
P sounds. Band name? P sounds. Hey, welcome back to the Poets Garden podcast. I'm James.
I'm Jordy still.
And this is the Poets Garden podcast, Jordy.
Yeah,
We're
baby.
still doing this. This is also Juno. He is here. Juno is our new co-host. He only shows up for the sessions because I'm not allowed to have pets here. Just want to make that clear. But yeah, we love having him here. He causes also all sorts of mischief while we're going.
He's our first guest of the season.
He is technically the first guest, I guess,
And,
Dude, okay, let's put these headphones on. Sorry, buddy. You can go now. I'm done using you as a prop. Jordy, how have you been doing, man?
You know what?
Okay, well, that was fun. Holy shit, this is it. We're here.
Here we go.
Cheers to that, man. It is episode 1 of season 2. How the fuck did we get here, Jordy?
Oh,
You know how we did it? We just did it.
we just did it.
We didn't have a plan. We didn't have anything rehearsed.
1 foot in front of the other.
1 foot in
Literally.
front of the other, exactly. I still can't believe that we're doing this, Jordy. It
It's-
kind of terrifies me,
It does.
but also excites me. Because there has been a whole lot of new people that I have discovered, bands and other artists out there. So I think we've got some great guests lined up for this season.
We got the scoop.
We got the scoop. Me and Jordy went out and got V-neck shirts so we can give you the authentic TMZ experience.
Yep. And I just have a V shaved into my chest to match.
So we actually do have some scoops, Jordy. I mean, we've barely gotten started, but I think we do have a few little gems, to
Yeah.
dish out. I mean, our guests haven't really given up too much personal info, which is fine. We don't ask them to. But me and Jordy, every once in a while, we go a little too far, right, buddy? Like Jordy was a little late today, and I was like,
It wasn't late at all.
Jordy was a little late, and I text him like, "Where the hell are you?" And he's like, "Sorry, bro, but you know all about my bird bath fetish." And I was like, "I don't remember that one." Yeah. Basically,
You literally have one on the deck.
yeah.
A fountain.
And why do I have it, Jordy? To get you to show up. I remember that. Actually, I do remember that night. We were drinking, and you were like, remember that time you were like, "Hey, man, you ever just drive by someone's house and you see a bird bath, and you just have to strip down and go bathe in it. Remember that? Yeah. Anyway, the neighbor's kids remember it.
That's so weird.
I don't know.
I like it. Okay.
Okay, we're good. We're loose. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, Juno's sleeping through this? How the fuck is he sleeping through this? Wow. See, he hears so much of this nonsense from me on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's like whatever to him.
We got Jay Stewart today.
We got Jay Stewart
We
today.
got the scoop on Jay Stewart.
We do.
We got the drop on him.
I gotta say, Jordy, like, I don't think
no,
it's just
that's not
me,
right.
but is Jay Stewart not like just one of the best guys that you've sat down and just had a conversation with?
He is so nice.
He's so nice. He's funny. He's a very humble guy. I love humility.
yeah. Humility is huge.
I think.
And he's got it for sure, man. He's a joy.
He is a joy. Yeah.
He's a treasure.
I've never worked with Jay, but I imagine that he is an amazing producer just from getting to know him here briefly, and then also hearing some of the projects that he's worked on.
Jay Stewart is a man. No flummery.
No flummery.
No flummery here with
that's a
this
new
man.
I don't know that one.
No gossip or what does flummery mean?
Yeah, you should look that one up. We got time. Don't worry.
No frippery either. No unnecessary decorations on him. He doesn't walk around with a halo or garnishes.
We really should write something down before we start this.
Holy shit. This is bad.
No, but he does, man, like if you listen to the projects that he's worked on as well as a producer and also drummer too, really great quality stuff, great sounding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't there, but I imagine it was probably a really enjoyable experience working with him. He really seems like he'd be a great guy to work with. In fact, if it was genetically possible, I would let him produce my baby. Oh, shit. That was good, right? You get it? Like produce baby? Like produce, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's not genetically possible, though.
Doubting Paris.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Very awesome music.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Smooth. Sounds great.
Yeah, that's right. Jay is a part of Doubting Paris, an awesome band. Check them out, actually. Check out their stuff on Spotify still. And he's been drumming on some other projects as well that he's worked on, like JJ Shilplet, the Cedar Folk. So I'm really happy you came out, man. Honestly, really great to get to know this guy. So yeah, we hope you guys really enjoy this episode as much as we did making it. Give Jay Stewart a follow. If you're a band looking to get a producer, get into the studio, give Jay a call. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. All right? Yeah. Was that it? Are we ready to roll this shit? Oh my God. Season 2, episode 1, coming at you. This is Jay Stewart on the Poets Garden podcast. On that note, welcome back to the all-inclusive Poets Garden podcast. Okay, yeah. So we're here. We're about to do our episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah.
There's the camera right there.
Amazing. Well, thanks for having me.
Jay Stewart.
No problem.
Is that it? Just like that? We're in.
Yeah, well, just like that. I mean,
Wow.
I usually
Oh, we
I'm
don't
gonna do an
have to
actual intro. You would think.
I like that intro.
I thought it was cool too.
Look, the
all of a
bunny's
sudden, it
stoked
was
right
like
now.
the switch was flipped and like, we're going.
I know, right? I know.
that was
It was
kinda
like all of a
weird, James.
sudden. Okay, yeah, my bad.
It was
Okay.
a little.
Yeah, but I always feel this
little
need, like I
abrupt.
need to carry thing. Or okay, you would think we have all this confidence after doing 12 episodes, but no, it's actually the other way. Oh yeah, we have a bunny here, Juno. He's not mine because I'm not allowed to have pets here, so he's definitely not my bunny.
Juno really is the guest of honor.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
He's the mascot.
So soft.
Mascot.
So soft, Juno.
Hopefully he's in the camera view right now. I'm not sure,
Amazing.
but-
How old is Juno?
he is just over 2 months now. So yeah,
He just did a binky
a
too.
baby.
When you guys were chatting.
he did a binky.
So you gotta watch out for that.
Binky as in like soother?
No,
No.
So-
What's it called? Is that right?
So ever since I became a bun dad, that's what they call me. Bunnies have these ways of expressing themselves, and when they're happy, they do these jumps called binkies. So it's not just a jumps; it's like they twist.
Like a dog zoomy kind of thing.
Yeah, zoomy. That's the other one. They'll do these zoomies back and forth.
I get it.
But it's hilarious. Like he'll zoom and then he'll just stop and look at you, like, look at what I just did, and then he'll just keep zooming.
But the binky
So-
is a specific thing. He
It's
does
a
where
very-
he jumps
Just
and
for
kicks his feet
For
back.
bunnies, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little hitch in your giddy up.
Reserved for donkeys and bunnies.
Yes.
I think so.
Hence
Yeah.
the name,
That
the
sounds
Binky.
right.
Yeah, it should be the dinky. No, wait.
The dinky.
Dinky? No, that's not cool.
You always start us down these
Well-
roads, Jordy, but then you get mad at me when
Hey,
I continue
well,
down the road.
cheers to season 2.
Season 2.
Cheers to season 2.
Thank you,
on.
Jay Stewart, for coming out.
Yes, today
Man.
we have Jay Stewart. Mr. Jay Stewart is the owner, operator of Fort Records.
Owner operator.
You are a music producer, audio engineer, mixing and mastering, and all of it, right?
Yeah.
Like you can do it all.
I can. I choose not to do some of it, but
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you. Well, we are really stoked to have you here.
thanks. It's nice to be here, guys.
One thing that I've always been interested in is music production. I mean, I've learned a bit. I was telling you before, I kind of, figured out some shit on my own.
Yeah.
But I've always been really curious about what it's like to go into a pro studio environment with a pro producer. What is that process like? Because for me, it's always been like scary. Like I've never
Yeah.
once taken that leap.
Yeah.
We
so
did
just-
once, but it was so brief.
That wasn't working with a producer. That was just going into a studio. We were just
Right.
producing ourselves kind of thing.
Right,
Right.
right.
But when you actually like entrust another person
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your music to kind of develop the sound, right?
yeah.
So I was just kind of curious. Like one thing I just wanted to start off with, because it is a big question of mine. So when a band say contacts you that wants to work with you, what does that look like kind of start to finish?
Yeah. Great question. I mean, I think you're bang on. It is rather intimidating or scary because you are it has to be, it's based off of trust. Like
Totally,
And you have no clue if you are actually going to be able to work with this person. Usually when whoever reaches out, whether it's myself or someone in the band. But normally, Juno.
Oh, look at
the
that.
Binky.
Yeah, he's happy. Loves the podcast.
Normally, like I try to start with like going out for coffee, have them over to the studio, and just try and build some kind of a relationship, if just for normal purposes. Like, it's really hard to gauge if it's going to work musically, if it's not working, person to person.
Right.
And some might maybe call that vetting or whatever the process is.
Would they have already shown you like a demo?
Sometimes,
something.
most of the time not.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time not. I think people hold their creativity pretty close to their chest. They might send something that's already been released because it's like, I've already had all the negative feedback I can handle. What's another round? But I think like in that scenario, like a local producer, I don't know if I would put myself into that professional realm.
Right.
But no, that's okay. I do feel like I'm as a local producer, there is another role to play where you're also contributing to the music community as a whole. Part in meeting for coffee is to also listen to like where they're at, find out like what's working in their process, what do they actually need? Because if we are going to work in the studio, I have to make sure that I'm able to create an environment and a headspace where they're free to give their best work. And most of, that early stage of working together is really like get all the distractions and all the stuff that's like going to, cloud their headspace.
Right.
And that's pretty much where it starts. Music is like the end of all of that. Like if we trust each other and we feel like we're on the same page as far as the creative expression, then we'll dive in and listen to some songs and go from there.
Yeah.
But even at that point, I'm not going to just flat out critique their songwriting right out of the gate. Because that would be.
I really like that one little snippet on Instagram you had that said you were like, I like to be the one to give the first bad idea. Something like
totally.
that. Just
totally.
to break the ice kind of thing. Or like that's
absolutely.
so cool, man. Like
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. Like,
Well, and I think that's we were chatting earlier about like how the recording process is pretty romanticized now and elevated outside really what it is. And so I think we can then also like elevate the people involved into like, well, if he says that this should happen, then he's right. And it's like, no, I can be just as wrong as anybody else in the room.
Yeah.
It's just a difference of, direction or what we're feeling or what we're interpreting of the song.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to cut you off there too.
No.
To say that.
Yeah, Jordy,
This is
you're
great.
such an
This is great.
asshole.
You were on a roll, and then I just thought it had something to do with what you were saying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, you're
It
good.
totally does.
You're good.
okay. I had another question. No, I don't know.
Okay,
so
so-
it's okay.
But-
Sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Sorry.
So continue on this process. So the band's contacted you, like you've seen
Yeah.
if it's a good fit, and then the band has decided like they want to go with you.
Yeah.
So let's like break it down. Like pretend that I was a complete idiot. Like maybe Jordy
Like
or something.
socially,
Like-
or what are we talking here?
Like, what are we talking about?
Well, I'm just curious, like that
Like you're
process.
hurling
Like,
insults at me, or like what's happening?
well, let's just say like
it's a
the band's.
hostile environment.
I'm curious, like, bands might come to you because I mean, I did this to the engineer in the studio where I was just like, hey, like, that like Simon and Garfunkel vibe on that song. And
yeah.
like, so do you get that kind of feedback from the artists where they'll
Oh,
give
yeah.
you examples?
Yeah.
So like, do you say how to get that for them then? Like
Sometimes I
sometimes
don't.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like it when I don't, because then we're both on the same page of like, we're gonna have to work hard and explore and try and figure this thing out.
Right. Yeah.
And that, to me though, that it has to line up with what the reality of the song is that they want to work on.
Oh, okay.
Like I do have like, oh, we want to sound like so and so, and it's like, that's great and all, but I don't actually hear that in the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then you have to adjust and actually talk about, okay, well, where is this song coming from?
Right.
What's the emotion behind the song? A lot of times when I hear it first, I'll give my immediate feedback of like, oh, it made me feel this way.
Oh,
And
cool. Yeah.
hopefully that was their intent of what they were trying to communicate emotionally.
Right.
I'm not
yeah.
talking about pitch or rhythm or any like specifics of it. It's just more, oh, it made me feel this particular way.
So you're emotionally intelligent.
Well, I'm working on that. We're working on that
Aren't
for
we
sure.
all?
Kind of have to be though,
You have to
because
be.
you don't want to offend somebody by saying,
No.
well, it made me feel like shitting myself.
Yeah.
Or
But at times, if it actually did,
yeah.
then, and that wasn't their intent, okay, then we know we got work to do on the songwriting part of things.
Right.
We should, that then becomes kind of the guide of how we're going to make decisions through the rest of the project. And there's like, as you know, there's thousands of decisions, little decisions that have to get made.
Yeah.
And that gets exhausting if you don't know, well, what are we shooting for? And it's not even necessarily an end sound we're shooting for. We might have a couple references to kind of keep us on track.
Yeah.
But that might change as it becomes clear to, where the song's going now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But technically speaking, if I don't know how to get the sound, like a good example would be if someone came to me and they want to create, a trap single or something in a genre that I don't really listen to a lot, I'm not going to be a good fit and I won't take on the project.
Right.
But I will try and connect them with someone that might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed like you talk about like Americana sounds a lot, so that's kind of
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Americana, folk, anything that uses players and instruments that you get in your hands, like that.
yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
That's my wheelhouse. But
and that's the way to do it, in my opinion.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
I love it. I
Real
feel most
instruments.
connected to it.
Yeah.
Even like I've had people come in with MIDI controllers in their laptops. I'll set them up right behind me, get them going into the preamps, and we're going to work together like they're playing, an actual acoustic instrument. Even though they're triggering samples or whatever it is, we're still going to perform that.
Yeah.
So it still has some kind of
that's sick.
this human element of connection. So yeah.
Totally, yeah. I've actually had, because like I use MIDI, like I have a full Roland piano for my MIDI controller, so I can do the whole piano lines and stuff. But like, and so I've purchased a couple virtual pianos as well.
Yeah,
Like,
there's some great ones out there.
there is, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's been a few times recording where I've thought, like, it's not giving me the same dynamic range.
yeah.
So I actually looked up that, like, to find out, like, what's the dynamic range of MIDI, like when it comes to how hard you're pressing the note and that
Right.
kind of shit. And I didn't really find any clear answer. But anyway, so there is times where I'll actually just even though I don't like the sound as much as the MIDI virtual piano, I'll just use an onboard sound on my keyboard because I do have quite a selection still.
Yeah.
But even though I don't like the sound, I like the dynamic of it way better.
Right.
So I've kind of gotten away. But see, then what I notice is I've used MIDI for so long where it's like, oh, that note's a little out of time. I'll just move it over a bit,
Right.
So then you kind of almost fuck yourself when you're using MIDI too much as a real musician, Yeah. But sorry, I'm just kidding.
No,
yeah.
and I think too, like that, there's so much we could talk about when it comes to in the studio producing. Like it's quite a complex world because you're interacting with the moment and players reacting to different things in the moment.
Yeah.
But then you're coming back at a later date, analyzing what happened in that moment and making decisions on what are we going to keep from that moment and what are we going to mess around with to create a different moment later on.
Yeah,
and that's where people can get off. Like you might edit something. Most people, like if you're self-producing, you're going to have the tendency to edit out all your vulnerabilities.
Totally.
Everything that you feel self-conscious about is going to be gone. But that might be the thing that actually connects the listener to your song. Mm-hmm. So like there's a huge need for collaboration built on trust.
Yes.
Where someone can reflect back to you like, I know you're unsure about this part of your voice, for example, but let me show you, how it maybe could be presented in a way that you don't have to feel subconscious about. Right. I don't know.
That is what I finally realized. Like I need for my stuff is that guiding light, to say, hey, no, like we can do this and this to it.
Yeah.
So, because I take up my vulnerabilities all the time.
Yeah.
I can start off like writing the song and it's like so emotional and so powerful to me.
Yeah.
And then weeks later after, processing it and all this, I just hate it and I don't want to hear it again. Right.
Yeah. And you're also battling familiarity too. The longer you sit with something, just because it has become more familiar, you think the magic's gone.
Right.
But it hasn't changed at all. It's probably still there. So don't go and redo it because it feels fresh and exciting again. You need some outside perspective.
Definitely. Yeah.
But I think that's like where if bands are looking to work with producers or engineers, like that's really what you're looking for is who can you get in your corner that can help you navigate all of those decisions you got to make.
Right.
The musical and the technical data part of it all should be obvious. Like, look at their website, listen to their work. Do they do good work? Yes. Great. Awesome. Now move on to like, you're going to spend a lot of time with this person. Make sure that they're getting you in a great headspace.
Right.
And that's the job of a producer is to make sure that the musicians, the talent, anybody in the room is able to give their best performances and go from there.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm honestly like,
Was that a meow?
Yeah.
cool. Starting to sound, is that your president's drum fill voice? It sounded like
no.
Yeah. Oh shit. Got to give those videos a shout out.
Hilarious.
Before,
my gosh.
everyone listening, before I forget, check out Jay Stewart. Just look up Fort Records Jay Stewart on YouTube, and you'll find the President of the United States drum fill catalog. But really funny stuff. Like, because I watched all of your little videos on Instagram and stuff, right? I was like, man, this guy's so chill and like so humble and like so personable. And then when those came on, I mean, it wasn't taking away anything about you, but I just had no idea. Oh, this guy's fucking hilarious. Like, holy shit. Yeah. So anyway, props to you for doing that too, like showing that side of yourself. Like, it really came out of left field. Like,
I mean, it's a good lesson,
cool.
I guess, of like, don't take everything you see on the internet as like, that is it.
Totally, right? Yeah,
that
exactly.
is not all of what what makes a person who they are.
Yeah, never judge a book by its cover.
That's right.
That's what we're getting to here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How are you guys doing? Doing all right?
I'm doing great.
Having fun? Yeah, we're almost at 20 minutes. You guys
What?
do you guys want to take a break?
Wow.
Or, yeah?
Oh, no, I'm good.
You're good? Okay, yeah. We don't have to take a break
But
yet.
I'm up
I'll
to you
just,
guys.
I'll just edit that. No, I'm good right now. Jordy, you got to poop?
Do you need
You
a
gotta poop?
clapper?
So, Jay, you used to be part of Doubting Paris.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
drumming. Are you also drumming with the Cedar Folk?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Really good. Oh, yeah. But I was on fortrecords.com which
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
wants to check out. And I was listening to some of the projects. That's where I saw a picture that looked like you with the Cedar
Right.
Folk.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. Also, JJ Shiplet, I think you worked with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good. I
Yeah.
actually want to try and get his contact info from you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So did you drum on that project as
Yeah.
well? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What was like your main inspiration to get into drumming? Because I know you
Yeah.
started with piano,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hated it, just like me.
Yeah.
And then you owned
Yeah.
drumsticks.
Yeah.
You took the opportunity. But like,
Yeah.
who would you say your favorite drummers be?
Oh, currently?
Yeah, sure.
Currently, Terrence Clark.
Terrence
He's part of that crew with like Madison Cunningham and I'm going to forget a bunch of names. Charles Jones and like there are a lot of like not Snarky Puppy, Scary Pockets. There's this music community down there that seems pretty tight knit. He played for Keith Urban this past year.
Yeah.
But he's more of like a soul roots. He's from Memphis, Tennessee, and just his feel, the way that he, I love it.
Yeah.
So he's a favorite of mine. Nate Smith's a favorite of mine. Abraham Laboriel Jr. is a favorite of mine. Oh. He's the one that plays with Paul McCartney right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Big dude that like he's sloppy but tight at the same time.
Cool. Yeah.
All with great feel. Steve Jordan is another one, but not as much. Those are my favorites. Cool. Oh, Aaron Sterling is another recent favorite of mine.
Yeah.
He played on the last few John Mayer records.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's cool about social media now is like all of these people you can discover and go on a rabbit trail of like.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
No
and
offense,
that's
Juno.
Yeah. Oh, look at it. He's
doing.
turning his back on you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not going there anymore.
That's even great that you know their names too. Because like me, like Clune is my favorite drummer. That's all I know him as. I don't
Very
know
cool.
what his name is. I just call him Clune. I actually have his autograph somewhere too.
Nice.
Showing it other. But then also for me too, like I don't know his name at all because I've never looked it up. But the Blue Stones, you know the Blue Stones. They're kind of they're more recent, the last 5 years I think.
Oh yeah.
Rock band.
Cool.
Just a 2-piece I believe.
Oh, nice.
But it's something to do with. It isn't just his style.
Not
it's
the Black Keys.
Well, I do love the Black Keys too.
Yeah.
And I love their drummer too. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Again, I don't know names, but the Blue Stones, they have a song "One by One." Like it had some radio play, Fox and stuff, and then another song like "What's It Take to Be Happy," and just like it's the mix of the drums as well, like how it's all like the snare compress, like everything. It's just so clean and so perfect.
That's fun. Yeah. It's interesting that you bring up like drum tones because I think my younger self, I wasn't paying attention to how the drums sounded necessarily. It was more how they felt. Like Jeremy Taggart from Our Lady Peace was who I listened to learn to play the drums.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Like, I would just put on Naveed and the Clumsy record, and I would just keep hitting things until I was like, oh, it's matching what
totally
that is. And it felt great.
Yeah.
And then I Mother Earth, I remember putting on their album and being like, yeah, nope, that ain't gonna happen. and I never paid attention to tones.
Yeah.
But I feel like nowadays, like the tone is way more part of the individual artistry of the player than it was. Like you were kind of at the mercy of the engineer or the producer.
Right.
Arnold Lanny did all of those Our Lady Peace records, and that was like really his signature thing, and that double snare.
Yeah.
And the ringy snare was like the Keplinger drum manufacturers. But like nowadays, the drummers are sculpting their own tones. And parts of me is curious. I'm like, well, how much say does an engineer have if you're to hire one of those A-list drummers in what the drums sound like?
Right.
I'm kind of curious. I've never done it. So
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know.
Since you guys asked, I really like the guy from Mastodon.
Which guy is that?
I think his name is Van. Or something.
Mastodon
Drummer. He's insane. Like he's just like an octopus. Like
Yeah.
crazy time signatures and like just
Yeah.
so busy. Like so many ghost notes on everything. Like I was gonna say that too about your drum. Like I like that song Reflections.
Oh, yeah.
Paris.
Oh yeah, thanks.
You're just right in the pocket. It's not like, you're not doing crazy fills or anything, or like it's just so.
It's because I can't.
Freaking just in the pocket. That's all I gotta say is sick.
Oh, thanks, Jordy.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song. Interesting story with that song. took way too long to record for how simple it is, because none of us were very good. Like we loved being together. We were good friends, and
those guitar tones are freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, so those guitar tones. So that's Zach Pick. He's independent artist now. Great guy, good friend. And the producer we were working with, who later then kind of became my mentor, Daniel Mendez, him and Zach spent 3 whole days on that one part. Little turn of the memory man, little turn here, little turn here, little tweak here, try this setting, try that thing. And it was like, shit, oh my gosh. Like all of us were.
It's beautiful.
Even
just the simplicity of the line.
It's so,
the perfect notes.
So great. I don't know if they got that tone after half an hour or if it was the result of 3 days. I couldn't tell you. But I'm that song just always floods these memories. I'm like, oh, what a headache that song was. I think it was 12 hours of drums on that one. And so I was working with, there was a separate drum producer, Dwight Baker was his name. And he had played with like Enrique Iglesias and a bunch of bigger artists. But his approach was, okay, this guy's not very good, myself. So I'm going to write out every hit that you do for every single song. Like there was nothing played on that album that wasn't talked about, rehearsed, written down.
Yeah.
And then I spent 12 hours every day trying to learn everything that he wanted me to play for this song. Because I wasn't very good. Like I honestly was like faking my way through it. And so that album for me is like, it's I would never take that approach working with someone, but I'm glad that I went through it in that season of my life, because it kind of, it taught me, one, of like what isn't important, but also 2, it also gave me a work ethic too.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Are you saying like it was too much pressure, like for like, or it was overly thought about, or?
I think it was, I think it was good for us to understand that intention does have its place in music, and practice, obviously, and getting your craft and your skill set to a level where you don't have to think about it, and now you can be more emotive with it is important. But I think it was defeating, especially for some of the band members. I think it was more defeating than it was enabling of them feeling confident. For me, I know it had a positive impact, and I felt more confident in being a drummer, or at least a player who could play the drums. But I felt more confident in what I knew I could do well. And I didn't feel the need to kind of, like I don't have chops. I don't know how to do all that stuff. But I also let it go at that point too, of like, it's fine. That isn't how I want to express myself anyway. So maybe if I'm, in my 60s and I want to learn some chops, I can. Like, there's no end to this thing until it's over. So
what would you describe chops as?
Like the flashy, like gospel, like Aaron Spears, like the guys that are just like so smooth and
they're naturals.
Stuff. Yeah, they're naturals, and they just
like Jared Falk or something.
Yeah, like that whole scene. Right, of drummers, like drummers.
What's up,
they're
Jared?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Get on the podcast, Jared.
Yeah, shout out Jared. I don't know you, but I used to go to Doxa and watch you play all the time.
Doxa.
I tried
He was actually really instrumental in me developing, just from like I would just go there and watch him.
Such a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy.
I was in high school with him. He's awesome.
Yeah, that's right.
Went to his chicken farm and everything.
Nice.
Collected eggs.
Yeah. It's fun to see guys like that from the community, like doing well. They started something and they got going. And
the Phil Collins.
Cool.
But it's like 5 minutes long.
Totally.
Just like,
Out the building,
hit like 1,000 drums.
Then he gets into the groove and you're like, oh, finally, next video.
I thought it was AI or something, but I don't know. Anyway, well done. That one got me. That one got me.
Good. Yeah. And he's like, he's employed a lot of great people too. Like Kyle Radomski was the manager at Long and McQuaid in Langley when Doubting Paris was getting going. And we actually had our trailer stolen on one of our tours right before we left for tour.
Oh shit.
And all of my gear went missing. And I went in there and Kyle, I found a snare and a cymbal, and I'm like, broke, and he's like, "Here, we'll set you up on a payment plan, but like, I'll give you a really good deal." Oh no, yeah, so we did that, but also I had rented a cymbal that got stolen, and he didn't charge. He just is like, if you just pay the cost on it, then I can just put 0 on the books, and we're good to go.
Cool.
And like, there's lots of those guys in the music community that just give back in these really simple ways.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Anyways, he's working there now too.
Great.
A lot of great people are there.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's one thing I was telling Jordy all the time. That's one thing I've been telling Jordy all the time is getting back into this community now and remembering. Yeah, like most of the people we come across are just really down to earth, great people, accepting of others, and
I don't need to be afraid of them.
No,
Like,
there's a couple bad eggs out there for sure.
Well, but you still be afraid of me if you want, Jordy.
it has taught me though to like get out of my own. I'm in my head a lot. Like it's ruined relationships. It's ruined friggin' the way I don't play music anymore. I don't. It's just like this is so lame. Like so this has been such a good thing to.
Yeah.
And plus, I get to hear people talk about cool things. You're actually doing music stuff, like so. It's inspiring.
Yeah, you should keep doing music.
I don't know why I'm.
You should
talking.
You should hire a really down to earth, people first producer.
Well,
I know one.
Or we'll even just go for coffee, whatever.
There you go.
I don't charge for coffees.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
I would say,
how does that work?
Right now, I have no intention of writing music anymore because I'm still just taking a break. I don't know if I ever will again. But if I ever did, I gotta say, like, I'd be coming to you. I don't know if you'd want to work with me.
Oh, dude,
but
for sure.
Man, like, I absolutely love the way that you present yourself. And I think when Almaneros was here, right?
Yeah.
And I mentioned that I had only seen like a little bit, and it was just like instantly, it was like, wow, yeah, this guy. Like, I don't know what I said about you, but it was just like you just convey that naturally. Like you're so authentic. And I think there's a lot of artists that would just pick up on that and want to work with you right away. So everybody, right now, check out Jay Stewart, follow him on Insta, and go to his website, fortrecords.com. I think we're going to take a little break here now because we have to hear from our sponsor. No, the Penny Coffee Shop in Mission. They still have no idea. They haven't sponsored us yet. Oh, I love them.
You don't have a sponsorship from the Penny?
I'm trying to force. I know.
They're awesome.
This is why I encourage people to go into the Penny and say,
is that
hey.
what we're drinking right now?
No. Well, see, I usually bought like a gluten-free brownie.
Yes, of course it is.
Penny Coffee. Yeah, totally.
Penny Coffee.
I don't drink anything
Downtown
else.
Mission.
I was buying gluten-free brownies for all the guests.
Problem?
No, it does
Okay.
this. I don't think it's a problem. Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
sweet.
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay.
But anyway, I used to buy brownies every week for the guests, right? But they're like, $5-6 or whatever it is, and I'm like, it's getting kind of pricey. And the Penny hasn't noticed yet because all I want for the sponsorship is one free brownie for the guest.
One free brownie.
That's it for each guest.
I propose this.
Yeah.
You get enough people from the podcast to go into the Penny and buy a brownie. After 10 brownies bought, a little punch card.
Hey,
Fill us out a little punch card.
that's not a bad
Just
idea.
keep it there.
Yeah.
The Poets Garden podcast punch card is
Call
at the
them brownie
till.
points.
Oh,
Go
yes.
in, you get brownie points, and then you can go in and collect how
Brownie.
many have actually.
Oh my God. Is it okay if we use that idea?
Please
Brownie
do.
points?
Go
the
for
Poets
it.
Garden brownie points with the
Poets
Penny Coffee Shop.
Garden
If you're listening, which you should be, get on this shit.
Now that's
We need
producing.
actual sponsorship.
Jeez.
Okay, here comes the ad. Peace.
Okay, we're outside the Penny Coffee Shop here in downtown Mission. First ad. We're going to film a little ad for them today for the podcast. They have no idea. This is going to be great. How do I look? Let's do this. It's the Penny. How sick this place is. They got merch, too. This would be a perfect gift for a loved one, eh? I guess we should stand in line and say it.
What, you want to try one?
Yeah.
Are you buying them? Because I don't have much money.
I'll buy them.
Hey, how's it going? Pretty good. This is a cool place.
Oh, thanks.
It's my first time in here.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
There's so many kind of cool things to look at.
There is, right? You guys have a really good gluten-free brownie that I've heard, too.
Yes, it is very good. Would you like one of those?
If you have, can we get 2 of those? Yeah, I heard about you guys on the Poets Garden podcast. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not.
That's like a local podcast, I think, from Mission.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's pretty cool.
I'm sure our bosses have probably heard of it. Yeah, I don't really listen to podcasts, but
Just gotta join almost there. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys. Okay, let's go. We got it, man.
That was close.
Dude, we got it, man. That was intense. I think they're gonna call the police now. Let's go.
And meow.
Hey, everybody, welcome back.
Hope you enjoyed that commercial.
That was a great penny ad that I made for season 1. I was going to make new ads for season 2, but I thought it's pretty embarrassing.
You know what?
Yeah.
If the penny could step up and offer a brownie per episode,
I
we
would
might
give
get a new ad.
I would give them a new ad every episode, you know?
Blackmail.
Oh,
I like it.
go.
Exactly. I'd find a fake mustache
Brown
for
mail.
every ad instead of reusing the ones I have. Anyway, yeah, so we're back with Jay Stewart. Jay, we were having a little talk out there off the mic.
Yeah, we were.
There was a lot of offensive things.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, Jordy was really just all sorts of shit talking about.
Jordy is
No,
a talker when you don't have a mic in his face.
Oh, yeah,
he's
was
a chatterbox.
talking all sorts, like
really
astrophysics. Remember that whole astrophysics rant? Yeah?
Don't tell the
Yeah.
people I work with.
Yeah. I don't get
Not
it.
looking for a promotion.
I thought you were a mute.
I was saying, like, it was cool I tried to record something lately, and I haven't done that in forever. So James was kind enough to try to record me. So I was just saying, like,
I was very
he
kind.
did a little producing in that little session. You know what I mean? Like, just
That's what I've always told. Like, I had a friend who did a song, right? He was doing a song at a pro studio. He had it all mixed down and everything. And so his producer had sent him, like, the final mix or whatever. And he put it on in front of me and his girlfriend at the time. And so it's our first time hearing it, like me and his girlfriend. And I was just, like, stoked for him. I'm like, dude, this sounds so good. It's just vibing. And his girlfriend, who I don't know if she was mad at him for some reason or something. But her response was kind of like, it just sounds slow. Like maybe it could be sped up a bit. And I was kind of looking at her like,
That's a comment that's going to cut pretty
totally.
deep.
Yeah. And then so he was sitting there kind of second guessing it. And I was just like, so then I waited till she wasn't there. And I was like, dude, I'm like, you need to realize, I'm like, everyone is a producer. Everyone is going to offer opinion. It's all about which ones are you going to trust? Like, which ones are you going to put stock in? Because, you could, if you're going to sit there and listen to everyone, I'd be like, sometimes he would show his mom something I did. And they'd be like, yeah, my mom said this about it. And I'd be like, well, if my target audience was your mom, I'd be a little worried. But no, sure. I love Jordy's mom.
Get
I
your
love
mom
you.
to fill out this
I love your
revision
mom. Yeah.
form. And
It's just, like I say, like there's always going to be that criticism coming from somewhere.
yeah.
But if you are proud of it and you like it, nothing else should really matter. And I know obviously there's times it's going to get in your head, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's hard to gauge like that initial first share of a song. I think is kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
we put so much time and energy into this, or you've done the opposite and you haven't put time and energy because you're almost like preemptively preparing yourself. Of like they're not going to like it. That happens too.
yeah.
But it's tricky to navigate for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
And in my experience, actually more often than not, it's the ones I haven't put as much time and energy to are the ones that end up being well received, right?
Ironically, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is like
It's not fair.
It's not fair, man. I think Steve Bays even talked about that a bit. He said it was like kind of scary that you would spend, say, like a year working on a project, putting your heart and soul into it. And then you have to wait even longer just to see if people even like it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I think that's like what you're saying, where it becomes really, really important is that hopefully the process of you making it is enough.
Yeah.
And then now, like out in the patio, we were talking about like the two kind of separate parts of music and creativity, and one being just a little recap for the people that weren't out on the patio.
That's right.
The one side is really just like music is providing you the opportunity to explore this realm that you're discovering, and you get excited about it, and there's this interaction that brings health or whatever it is, helps you navigate emotions or life and ups and downs. And then there's the commerce side, and the idea is that the recording process, when you get to that point, is enough to satisfy the one side of, I felt that I was able to explore what I needed to explore emotionally and perhaps even philosophically, whatever the song is, or get out my rage depending on the genre. And, you know, I'm in a good spot now. And then the decision is made. I want to share this to other people. And then there's two sections in that too. You have your support group, the people that are in your community ready and willing to listen. And then you have the void of who knows. So at that point, hopefully you're already confident enough of like, no, I'm really proud of this and I'm happy with, you know, the process that we took to get here. And I just want to share it with my community. And if someone else also likes it, awesome. That's great.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
It's all about balance.
Every time I use that voice, I get nervous. No,
it's true.
You're great.
And that's what I was saying. Like, I even brought it up because I was saying, like, I stopped playing music, man. Like, it just, And I thought that used to be, like, the only thing I have in life is my music. Like, it was like it was a kind of an ego thing, but also, like, it just felt like that's all I needed to feel okay. But then I took away something took it away. I don't know why. What happened? I don't know. But you were saying, you know, maybe something in that other part wasn't right or something.
Yeah.
Or that affected how you think about music in general or so, like, so.
Yeah.
You know, that was really smart on your part.
It's
like.
No, that was a good one.
Go ahead.
Throw a beat on that shit. Sorry.
No, I think you're touching on something that's like really, really common of people that give ultimatums based on the commerce side of music. And then they'll fully sacrifice everything that is healthy and good that they need from music, community, friendship, process, emotionally navigating what's going on. For me, music was like my voice. I couldn't interact with the outside world without music. Like music helped me become who I am. Not because of commerce, but because of the relationship tools that I was able to build and grow with it. And so like people don't quit playing golf because they're not pro and didn't make the PGA tour. They still go out on the weekends and they play. It's like, if you love playing guitar or piano or whatever it is, please, like, keep doing it. Like, just because it doesn't pay the bills, like, doesn't mean we walk away from it. But I think in our younger years, we feel this pressure for who knows why.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I think where it changed for me was just because I was obsessing over the engineering aspect so much. Like, originally it didn't go that way. It was like I was fine. It was like, so what? Like, this won't sound pro. It's gonna be all sorts of, you know, crap in my mixes that I don't want. But then it came to a point where it was like, hey, like, I've got enough know-how now after the years. I really need to buckle down and learn this stuff. So I forced myself to do something I really didn't want to do. It was just I wanted that end product to have everything I, you know, dreamed about, right? Like, I listened to these mixes and I'd just be like, oh, that guitar is perfect, or those drums are perfect. Like, I want to be able to make that perfect for me.
Right. Did it ever cross your mind that maybe you didn't have the ability to make that?
Oh, totally. There's so many.
And were you ever
moments.
Okay with that?
Well, yes. When it came to certain moments, for sure. Like, if it was an instrument that's not my thing, for instance, then it was just an obvious. Yeah. Well, what do I expect? I'm not a guitarist or whatever, right?
You didn't put that pressure on everything you did.
Oh no.
Yeah,
definitely not. And like, you know how some recordings, like, they purposefully make it sound bad because that's like, they might distort the vocals or whatever because you know that
is a choice.
Gives that edgy vibe. So there was a lot of early stuff I did where it was. Yeah. Like, there was a lot of stuff I did. Like, for instance, I used to have a piano where I didn't have any line into my system. So I would just mic the onboard speakers on my piano. Right?
Oh, right on.
Yeah. And there was no sensitivity on the keys either. It was just super cheap. And so I did it like that. And then I just did a live recording of this one song of mine. And I still did it like full band. Like, I added stuff to it afterwards. Like, I would start with drums. And I remember, like, I really liked it. Like, the emotion was just raw. Awesome. And I liked the edge even from the horrible quality of it. And, so I guess it was never like I would second guess, like, well, like, me as an artist, I'm not capable of producing something that I like. Cause I like, there is moments where I have thought, okay, I nailed it there with whatever I did.
Yeah.
For me, it was more just like, I've noticed bands, like, if you were to hear a band live without all the processing and like out all the effects and stuff, but then you hear like the studio version of it, And then I would think, okay, well, somewhere along the line, either them as an artist or a producer crafted them into that sound, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I've heard of producers even like recommending different effects on guitars, and also in the band, that's their sound.
Totally.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
so like for me, I've always thought there's something like that for me out there, but someone else has to
Right.
do it for me because I'll never figure it out.
Right.
But someone else is going to be like, no, man, you shouldn't be doing the piano like that.
Yeah.
You should you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess for me, that like if I was to start doing music again, that's my main objective right now is have someone tell me what is my sound, you know?
Yeah.
And
or at least enter your world to kind of push back or show you different things
Yes.
that maybe you're missing, right? Of like, hey, maybe you
Exactly.
actually have a big part of your sound, but you're skipping over it because it's too familiar to you. I don't know.
totally. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I tried really hard to be your producer. I'd give him feedback on like everything, and he's probably like, "Yeah, well,
Well, you see, it would always be like, I don't want to throw you under the bus, Jordy, but
No,
it would
I
usually be
am.
negative feedback.
yeah." So
Only.
that's what's terrible. Like,
No,
we
it's
were
not
talking-
terrible.
We were talking to Steve Bays, and he's like, "I got yes tattooed on me because no bad ideas." Like, you know, I'm like, "No, bad idea." Like, no, change
Right,
that.
right,
change
right,
that.
right.
Change- like,
No.
I'm the worst type of person, man. Like,
Well, see,
when it
for
comes
me,
to
too-
producing or anything. Like,
In your defense, like I would send Jordy just like straight, like I would just put a drum loop on. I would sit there with some chords and a little bit of a vocal line, no lyrics even.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would just be like, dude, like, what do you think of this? Because I'd be feeling it. I'd be like, yeah, like, this
Yeah.
could be something. And
Yeah.
then he would just be like, should probably like change up the chords once in a while. And I'd be like, well, yeah. Once it's a song, right now, it's, you know, like, so that.
I was more just really excited right now
I
about
know,
this
right?
new thing.
Yeah.
I'm
But it
just
might be-
realizing why you probably stopped playing music though too, and myself.
Yeah, it's all you, Jordy.
I put
No.
that.
No,
Well, for
it's
me,
not- no.
I put that pressure on myself too. Like, you know, so no wonder
Well, it comes to a point.
it's like being a perfectionist, but you're not
well, okay, but that's,
good enough to
yes,
even
but you need to.
nearly get there. Like,
We could have a whole podcast just on that.
Dude, I was even, yeah.
yeah,
Because,
it's
like,
unrealistic expectations.
Yeah,
that's what
definitely.
I've learned that I am hugely guilty of.
Yeah.
but you see, it,
So
it just.
I'm sorry, James.
No, because this
No,
is.
I am.
This is
I
a
was
one.
just-
This is a nice moment right
kind
here.
of just
It
realized
is.
it, and then you're trying to downplay it. Like, no, it's
no,
true.
I'm not.
I just
I was trying to
realized,
add to
holy
it.
shit, I spent a lot of negative.
No, this isn't me calling you
Wow.
out for anything. Dude,
No, I'm just realizing it, and I kind of feel
when
like
it comes
an asshole.
to, I think when an artist gets to a point where they're like, hey, I just need a break from it, where I'm done or whatever.
Yeah.
For me, it isn't just the fact that I'm frustrated musically. It's that it just kind of showed me that nothing really makes me happy in life, and that's a bigger issue of like something is wrong with my mental health. Like, you know,
Right,
the
right.
fact that this brings me no joy, the fact that like shows, even like movies or whatever, like I can't focus on anything.
Yeah.
And you like, it isn't even just feeling negative emotion or depression. It's just this fact of like nothing really does it for me, right? And so once you're in
Yeah.
that headspace, you know, so it isn't like, so it isn't like just giving up on music. It's like you're giving up on everything. Like you're just kind
Yeah.
of giving up on life. In
You're
general.
you're more in like that spot of like realigning of like that's actually pretty close to burnout or like a nervous breakdown is when the things that actually probably should be bringing you joy are just ash, right? Like
Yeah.
that you're really close to burnout at that point.
Totally,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool about this. It's like, hey, this is a way I can still be creative, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just in like stupid little funny videos or even like how I design my space or whatever.
Yeah.
There's still the creative aspect going on. But now too, having community again with other people,
Yeah.
you know, and being able to connect with people. Like I can't have this talk with lots of people
Yeah.
I would work with or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what I just absolutely love about this. And
It's pretty awesome, right? Like
yeah.
you're able to create an environment where you have pretty like heartfelt, meaningful conversations with different people,
Yeah.
and you get to, you know, potentially build friendships and
totally
the stuff that is probably going to last a little longer than the next hit single, anyways. While we
Touche.
talk about making singles,
Damn straight.
Right?
Yeah.
it's pretty
Fuck yeah.
fun. Yeah,
Damn straight. Yeah. No, I'm so stoked about this still.
yeah.
And this has really been great to have you here for our first guest. I'm not ending this right now, like the
No,
conversation. No, I was
oh,
just
please
saying.
no. I
it's
feel
just-
like we're just getting to know each other,
Okay,
getting
cool.
going, and
this will be another two-parter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two-parter.
oh boy,
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it. But yeah, Jordy, you said you had something to add too. You said
No,
you told me to put you on the spot.
I'm trying to not be bummed out right now.
Oh, don't be bummed
Why
out.
are you bummed out?
No,
Don't be
this is
bummed
what
out.
happens though. Like it's life.
Why?
right? So,
But what caused it?
Just,
Like, were you bummed out when we started talking?
no,
Just hit you now?
I just realized like what an asshole I
Oh, see, I knew.
can be.
Jordy,
So
everything. No, see, when I poke you, it's for fun, right? But I wasn't even for poking you for fun right now.
no, that was
I was
literally
just-
something I realized that I.
No.
like, fuck, man.
It's good
not
to
cool.
okay, regardless of if, say, I would send you
How
something
many hit
and I
songs
got
might have you have had? If I
No,
yeah,
dude.
do it.
listen.
Oh, no.
that's great.
no.
Like you know what I mean?
That
Like,
stuff doesn't
holy
work
shit.
though. Yeah.
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 And here's the deal, okay? So when I would send you something, after numerous times of, say, sending something and getting negative feedback, okay, I would be able to deduce in my head, okay, well, this is Jordy, and yeah, he's going to be looking for those things in this thing because I know that your ear is so precise for music, right? Like it is. He's
Yeah.
got a great ear. He can sit there and just play any song on guitar. Even if he doesn't know the song that well, he'll just figure out the melody line all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So he's got such a precise ear. If a guitar's not in tune, like we did a documentary, right? So
Yeah.
we had a sound guy come out and we started playing the song and like the sound guy was like, oh, he's like, something's off a bit. And like me, I have no idea. It was a pretty nice guitar, right? And Jordy's just like, yeah, man, it's like this string. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then, yeah, so you guys like fine tuned it all. So Jordy's got that ear. Like he's
Yeah.
like pitch perfect, right?
No.
Well, sorry, very close. Anyway, that's why too, if I would send him something that was completely loose, like an idea for a song, it's like, yeah, well,
It's to
do
me
I
like
expect?
I wouldn't even categorize those types of feedbacks as negative. Like
No, yeah.
it's just more like, oh, it sounds more like that type of feedback would be beneficial a little later on in the process. You're gonna actually need like
Yeah.
what you bring to the table at
Totally.
some point.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's also collaboration, and what
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are figuring out is like what I bring to the table. What is the right time for that? It's not that it's even negative feedback. It's more in your process at that time, you're going to perceive it as negative because
Right,
you're
right.
not ready yet.
Yeah.
You haven't had enough time on your own to kind of develop this thing.
yeah.
So in a collaborative relationship, that's like, okay, you take note. Neither one of you is wrong, and neither one of you is giving the wrong thing.
Right.
It's more just you have to recognize where you're at in your process,
Yes,
and then you
yeah.
recognize that, oh, this skill set that I have of like being fine tooth comb, that would actually serve us really, really well as we get later down the line, and we have to start preparing all of these tracks for somebody to mix it or to come into this thing to like really push it over the finish line. You need a guy like Jordy who can like actually go through all of these things. Technical data has helped clean it up.
But I don't have any of that knowledge.
Oh, you shut up, Jordy.
No, but like
The technical shit. No.
but whatever your seemingly negative feedback might have been.
I'm being super negative right now. I don't mean to be.
No, I don't see. I don't,
I'm
and I don't see things as negative or positive. I just feel as like, oh, I'm being honest in who I am and how I'm responding to the situation. Whether it's negative or positive really just comes down to how we interact with it, right? In that moment. So, I would say to you, like, don't feel bad about your honest response to something.
Yeah.
But I think what is more lying there is, how do you build confidence in, no, that is who I am. I now just need to get some tools so that I can know when I'm going to communicate that and how I'm going to communicate that. Because it is valid. Like, no doubt, your feedback you're going to have on James's song is the most honest feedback he's ever going to get, because you've known each other forever.
Yep.
Right. And you'll be able to sniff out like, dude, I don't believe you. That lyric, like that, come on, what are you doing? That's rather pretentious, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Totally. Oh,
you
yeah.
need people in your life like Jordy just as much as, he needs people like
That's
you.
why I still would send him stuff.
Yeah.
But you know
I mean,
what
that's classic band stuff. Like, I worked with a band recently. There's 5 members, and like that interplay of like this, we were doing vocals, and certain people weren't allowed in the studio while we were recording vocals because the feedback they were going to give wasn't going to be, it wasn't that they were wrong. And I probably agreed with a lot of their feedback, but it's going to put the singer into a tailspin because the singer is maybe incompatible in that state. Like while they're delivering their vocal take,
is not a time for that critique. Later, after we've gone through it in a process where they're able to respond in their way, awesome. Now we'll open it up for the critique. Like most of it just comes down to timing of like how do you bring your perception of the music and when do you bring it?
Yeah.
And that's
real smart.
That makes a ton of sense too.
I would encourage you to like just still be yourself. Like if that's how you feel the music and that's what you think, awesome. Maybe instead of replying in a text right away, write it down on a notepad and then just ask a simple question. Where are you at? Like with this song? Are you like what are you wanting in you shared the song with me. You know me. Do you want that right now? Or not?
Dude, that's
see, lots of times.
But you still write it down because you're like, when you're ready or when it's the right time, then I'll present this to you.
And there was lots of times now too, like, after kind of learning that after the first few times, like I would start sending texts with the song and be like, hey, I know that this, and this, and this, and this hasn't received any thought yet. But just this part between 27 seconds and 34 seconds. You know what I mean? Like I would start doing that because I would plan on, okay, he's going to analyze this whole thing as a whole. Because that's what he does and it's beautiful. But anyway, so we definitely, I just got to say, everybody listening, do you know what just happened? We just got fucking produced by Jay Stewart. Did you hear that? We just got produced.
Like, but in the best kind of way. Because it's not about music per se.
I know. I'm excited about it. I'm saying, no, it's cool. That was about music.
And like, no, but in a musical context, yes. But
but do you know why?
Like, this is a deep thing, man. This is
deep.
Because I was about to like seriously go, like, oh, well, I should probably leave. Like, I'm starting to feel like,
oh, please don't go.
Panic attack or some shit. It's so stupid, but that's what happens. Now.
It just is.
How I'm built now, right? So I know, like, but to just change how you think about things, or you know what I mean? Like, this is so important, man. Like, because this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm so thankful that you said it like that, or you know what I mean?
Cool.
Or like that James was like accepting of what I was trying to say too, because
totally.
I'm just trying to be honest, and
and that's good.
But at the same time, I'm not. What am I trying to say here? My navigational beacon is broken sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I don't think right a lot of time, like so much negativity in there. It's constant. It's like just I've gotten tired of swatting it away. I can't. It's just so anyway, lots of therapy, but still I get this, like it's having that outside perspective that's so important, right? And that's the whole idea of talking to people, man. Like what you know what I mean? I'll go for full hermit, like literally I got 3 roommates upstairs. I'll sit there, earbuds in, don't fucking talk to me, like, it's like that's not healthy. Like that's I mean,
well, sometimes it might be, sometimes it
you know what I mean? There's but
I know what you mean.
Like when it comes to like, that's just me trying to escape from life, though, literally, like trying to, because I can't handle it anymore. So overloaded, whatever it is. And most of it's just in my head. Like, it's just literally doesn't exist at all. It's just a fleeting thing that still persists, though, even though I know it's going to disappear eventually. Like, it's anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm very thankful.
No, I'm tracking with you.
You're good. You're always good.
Being a bun dad is like,
or I mean a bun uncle, because he's not mine.
Bunkle?
Right?
I'm a bunkle.
You're a bunkle, yeah.
And it's I just met this little fucker today, so I'm really stoked on that thing.
I'm stoked that
he's so adorable.
He's so comfortable with you guys.
Yeah, he's just like ripping around, like doing his thing.
He's so soft.
He's so soft. Oh my goodness, man.
He never loses that softness.
I know, right?
Tenderness.
Do you know you want to come be on camera? No?
He already has been a couple times. I'm sure
get
some close-ups.
There's got to be some shots.
I think Juno has smelled my dog on my socks.
That could be.
And you know what? Yeah. So this is what I've noticed too that I do. I'll change the subject if I'm getting too.
No, go, man.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's no rules on the Poets Garden podcast.
Like,
squirrel.
So
Homer Simpson thing.
I mean, I think we can learn a lot from music. in like navigating life. Of similar in music, don't be too quick to categorize something as
good or bad
Mm-hmm.
or right or wrong.
Yeah,
See it for just what it is.
Those are cognitive distortions too. Like
Yeah.
black and white thinking, like
Yeah.
good or bad,
Totally.
or like good versus evil, kind of like all that shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've taken it to a new level though, and you know what I mean. Like it's like not good.
Yeah.
So trying to get out of that headspace and like no,
Well, you know what?
think.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, Jordy, again, there's no one else I'd rather do this with, right? You're my bro. You've always been there for me. Don't know. I mean, that's fine nowadays.
Well, that was the timing.
Totally
thing,
fine
right?
nowadays.
I got to get better at the timing.
But no, man, like
do it
you've
later.
always been there. I've had cars break down and shit, and Jordy's always been there.
Yeah.
You know, like
Picked up fugitives
everything.
with you.
You picked up
Shit,
fugitive
man.
with me.
Yeah.
You remember that time? Like I hadn't been with a girl for a long time, so Jordy put on a wig.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I
Remember
forgot
that?
about that time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Just
Yeah, I think though, you guys that's the gift of music, is the opportunity it gives us for meaningful things in life.
yeah,
Like
totally.
whatever a song does commercially, whatever. But if you've missed out on the potential connection that you can have with people through music, then I think you kind of missed the point. So I think it's awesome that
I just figured
you
out.
just had that there. It's great.
Hell yeah.
Figured out another thing of why I remember ego getting in the way of music. We were in a band, makeshift.
Yeah.
I was friends with everybody. It was my brother, and we were friends.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where we were playing lots of shows and stuff. And then I was like, man, we should probably get better musicianship here or something. So I kicked out who I thought was my best friend at the time because
Oh man, that's rough. Yeah.
wasn't as good a guitar player as I thought he should be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for the life of me, I regret every single fucking day since then because I fucked up a really cool thing with a human being that was an amazing human being. And that's because of my ego or my whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so that was, I think that's why, maybe that's why I don't want to talk to people anymore. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
I shut off something that day. Like, you know what I mean? Like something, once I realized what I did, like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. Like, this is not good. So,
Music maybe changed a little bit.
yeah.
That day.
It wasn't fun anymore. It was like,
Yeah,
uh-oh. Like,
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
trying to make it serious now. And like,
Yeah. You're not alone in that.
yeah, no, I know. I just,
Yeah.
the guilt of
We've
that
all
is
done
still
that.
there to this day. And like, it just, I don't know.
Have you chatted with that guy?
You can cut all this.
No.
out.
Have you chatted with
I haven't really had the opportunity. I think I
think
saw
you
him
could?
at like our 10-year reunion or something. We didn't actually go. We just all went out for dinner or something.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping I told him. I don't remember if I did, but how
Yeah.
sorry I am and what an asshole I was. And,
Yeah. You can just send him an email.
Yeah,
Get it off your chest.
yeah,
yeah, man.
Yeah, and
Let him know, like, no hard feelings.
yeah.
Yeah. We all do stupid stuff when you're
Oh,
younger.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, these
Yeah.
are the things that mess with me though, and have messed my love of music or my whatever. Like,
It's letting go, Jordy.
I
Yeah.
can't let go of shit.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know how to.
I
So
hear you.
there's been a ton of things since then that I can't let go of. So all
Yeah.
that stuff, that's overwhelming in itself. Like,
Yeah.
forget just all the information we receive now. It's like
Yeah,
that's just more and more and more and more and more. So
Yeah.
no wonder we get overwhelmed or we can't with panic. I can't take anymore. Like, I'm gonna fucking
Yeah. Because
go
it is
nuts and, like,
actually crazy too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I say, we're supposed to be sitting in a cave eating berries, and the only thing that's supposed to stress us out enough that we freeze or flight or fight is like a fucking mammoth coming after you, or a
I'm in the cave.
saber-toothed tiger,
or
you
a
know what I mean?
dinosaur. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
dinosaur,
dinosaurs
you know what I
and
mean?
humans
Like-
lived at the same time, right?
Yeah, right.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, or like saying "ooga ooga" to the wrong guy or something, and he just decks you, or you know what I mean? Like, or
That's like real right
It's like,
there.
what did you call my wife?
ooga ooga,
It's like, bro, we all speak
I'm outta
English.
here.
What are you saying?
sorry, this has gotten weird, and I'm sorry I railed into
No,
my.
that is good.
Oh boy.
Sorry, you're joking about something lightly instead of dark, depressing stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yep.
Oh man.
Now I've talked too much. So.
No way.
No way. We talking about that.
Yeah.
Talking.
Well,
It is a podcast after all.
That's kind of that's what that mic is for. So
it's interesting. Yeah.
I've often thought about podcasts and been like, oh, it'd be fun to maybe do a podcast, whatever. And then I talk myself out of it every single time.
yeah.
Your little videos are so well done too. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
thanks.
Oh, they're pro. Yeah.
That I had a
Super
lot of help.
pro.
I had a lot of help with that. Levi Penner, amazing. He's pro. He's great. He's like a producer in the video world.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good at like helping you feel like yourself and able to come across like yourself on camera.
Very cool.
Yeah, which is hard to do.
Shout out Levi Penner then. Yeah.
Shout out.
Do you play any other instruments or just drums?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call myself, a guitar player, but I can play and get by and communicate with other players. Guitar, bass, piano. Took bagpipes for a while.
No way.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, I never got the full bag and drones. I just had the chanter.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that
That's
was,
cool.
That was fun.
yeah.
I kind of wish I'd kept that going.
No
Just
doubt.
because it's so random.
Never too late.
I know.
Guess.
When I retire, that's my goal right there.
That'd be a
Pick
great
up
thing
the pipes. Move to Scotland. Here we go.
at a party or something like.
Yeah. Don't mind me. Gotta tune them up.
It's like someone put some music on. Oh, I got you.
I gotcha. Hold on.
Yeah.
James slowly walks in with his accordion.
Yeah.
You both
Oh,
look
I
at each
can't-
other and nod slowly. you know.
Yeah.
I can't play accordion. I wish. You know what's funny? I keep thinking this is my hat, and I keep
sorry.
thinking, oh yeah, like my hair is like crazy. I should put that back on. But then I realized, oh yeah, I'm wearing a toque, and that's not my hat.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry, I got
Plus,
hot.
crazy hair is great. Don't worry about it.
All right, let's do it, man.
Do it.
I got hot.
See?
head.
There
Is
you
that
go.
good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing
baby.
great.
Is it actually? Oh no, it's up. Yeah. Okay.
You got a good amount of salt and pepper happening.
Yeah.
That's good.
I started going gray in
It's
like
charming.
I think early 20s even, or mid 20s maybe. I started going gray, and yeah.
That soon, eh?
Yeah.
Mine's been in the past like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, if we're gonna do this, let's do it. Like,
Yeah.
Are you a
Enough
just
with
for
the
men?
little pieces.
Yeah.
Just for men?
No, I've never done it.
You're natural?
This is natural.
Dude, you can see what
Sick.
stress does to people.
What? What are we talking about?
What? So no, I feel like I got roped into this
You're
conversation.
saying,
I don't-
you're saying I'm ugly? Is that what you're saying?
Not at all. I'm saying this is what stress does. Like
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it does.
it
Yeah.
shows. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure does.
I went
yeah.
blind from stress.
yeah, what happened there?
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
hearing something about that.
If you want to go down that road.
I mean, we could take another short break just because I do like to divide my sessions.
Let's take a little break.
Yeah. Okay. Should reach out to this person.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Celine Dion was on the list, but
Yeah.
I kind of wrecked that.
Yeah. No.
now that we know how you really feel
Yeah.
about her,
Well, yeah, that
About
was
her
off
music.
camera even. Hey,
Her music. But her music.
about
right?
her music.
Yes.
My wife
just-
is a big Celine Dion fan.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, and she knows that I'm
Pour
not
one
the
out for my
biggest
homies.
Celine Dion fans of the music. But
Yeah.
I think what wrecked it was French class. Like
Yeah.
it was Celine Dion and rock cuisine.
oh yeah,
Every single French class. Like, of course I'm gonna not like this music. Yes.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Are there no other French artists around? Come
always
on.
be there.
You know what? Actually, there is a guest I really want to have. So shout out Jill Barber. If
Come
you're
on, Jill
listening,
Barber.
I really want her on this podcast because I absolutely
Yes.
love her stuff. She actually does a lot of French stuff. Like
Very
she does
cool.
whole albums in French.
Yeah.
So I've kind of, I guess, learned to get over my hatred of French just because of that, you know, because
Yeah.
I can't hate Jill Barber
No
for just
way.
singing in French. So anyway, we'll see. Yeah. So Jay,
Yes.
I was on your website. Did I
Yeah.
already mention that? fortrecords.com.
Yeah, you did mention that.
And you spell
Thanks.
that like FORT. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Records.com.
Okay.
You know, interestingly enough,
Yeah.
fortrecords.com, you know, if you have a website, they give you analytics of what people searched for when they find your site.
Oh, okay.
It's people looking for record stores in Fort Langley. So much,
Interesting.
like
Yeah.
thousands a month.
I bet.
And there is no record shop in Fort Langley. And so part of me is thinking, like, am I in the right business? Like, maybe
You think there would be?
I should open a record store in Fort Langley. Like,
That's all about like antique
I
stuff.
know.
And, like,
It's actually
cool.
surprising that there isn't a record stop.
pretentious.
There used to be
things.
Crazy Bob's,
No.
right? But he
Crazy
burnt
Bob's
down.
is downtown Langley.
Right.
He's on the one way.
Yes.
He's still there.
He's still there.
Depending
Okay.
on when you go downtown, you might get heckled while walking down the sidewalk because he'll be outside with a mic and a speaker.
Oh, yeah, that
it
guy.
is an experience. I bought my NES
He's
from
funny.
him a long time ago, like original Nintendo. And I had to answer like the series of questions in order for him to sell it to me. It was like, I don't care that you have money to buy this thing. So it's $80. And it's like, but you got to answer right. And one of them was like, how do you get unlimited lives in the first Mario? I'm like, oh, I know this. Up, down, left, right, start, select, start, AB, or whatever it was. AB. And he's like, correct. I was like, yes. And then the second question was, out of the 3 Marios, which one does not have coins or points? I'm like, it's Mario 2. I know this. And then we got to the third question, and I don't even remember what it was, and I know I got it wrong. And he was like, well, you got 2 out of the 3. I'll sell it to you. I'm like, yes! Thanks, Crazy Bob.
That's
He's
amazing.
a legend. He's a local legend.
He definitely is.
And
He gave me a gift.
He's rad.
I forget what I bought there.
No
it
way.
was like a comic or something, and then he gave me a gift, and it was like 3 CDs and a cassette tape, all wrapped up.
I
and,
love
like,
that.
Oh, it's cool.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of neat.
Again, like
He's a
people in the
character.
community that like have a pretty significant impact on people's lives. Do you guys remember Act One Music in
Yes.
Langley?
Oh, yeah.
That was the store that really got me going.
Cool.
In music and all of this.
Yeah.
And like I'd go in there and like before I was playing drums and like hit cymbals and be like, oh, what's this one? Oh, it's a China Splash. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
combined the 2? That's
Cool.
ridiculous. Yeah.
That's
So
so, cool.
fun.
My very first guitar cable was a Yorkville cable, and I still have it from Act One.
No way.
Yeah, it's the white
That's
tip
cool.
Yorkville, because my dad was telling me, or someone was telling me that it's like they would just replace it, like you just bring it in.
Yeah.
And it's
No
just-
questions asked. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I remember,
Yeah.
I don't know why I was out there, maybe going to Chapters or something, and then I was like, oh yeah, Act
I
One
worked
music.
at Chapters.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, in 1999.
Sweet.
Yeah. No, Act One, that was the first time they had an 8-track like cassette tape recording thing. And that was
Okay.
my first time dabbling with like recording. Was I rented this box from them. And
Oh, cool. Yeah.
yeah, had no
Sweet.
clue what I was doing. And I don't even know how it turned out, but it was sure fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, ton of fun.
That's awesome. I was
Yeah.
just telling Jordy like a week ago, my first experience of
you weren't.
multi-track record. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
For fuck's sakes, Jordy.
sorry.
I always say this.
I was in a
You
trance
never.
there.
This is our 13th episode. You'd think you'd know not to call me out like that.
Sorry,
Anyway,
my bad.
no, but like, so back in the day, I had no concept of recording anything. I had no idea how anything happened because like no internet, no nothing. So I think I was only like 13, 14.
Yeah.
And I was starting to write piano compositions, right?
Oh,
like
cool.
I took piano lessons for a bit, hated it, so I quit.
Yeah.
And then years went by and I started just tinkering around with things. And I started just kind of writing my own instrumentals. And then I had this idea because I would always record it onto a tape recorder. I had this ghetto blaster, right?
Yeah.
So I recorded my piano part onto this ghetto blaster. And then I would play it back. And then a couple times I would think like, oh yeah, maybe I could like play something on top of that. So I would play it and then I'd play something on the piano. And then I thought, oh, if I just have another ghetto blaster here to record.
I could play
The new
that
part-
one into the
Yeah. So I started doing that and I just kept layering parts. But the thing was the original track kept getting worse and worse
Yeah,
quality.
and quieter.
Yeah.
I couldn't get
So-
it loud enough.
yeah.
Totally.
But that was my introduction. I didn't know I was doing that. It was just, to me, it was like, this is my idea. And like, you know.
Fun.
So yeah, so that's how it all kind of
Yeah.
started for me. Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Like that must have been the headspace of the early recording. Like
Totally.
I don't think it was any different. Like Abbey Road and things of like someone had an idea of like, oh, I don't know, the tambourinist wants to do another part. I guess we should maybe like record that tape machine into this tape machine, and then we got another track. Oh,
Yeah.
amazing! Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, it's that kind of like fun and exploration thing that like that's what I love in music and studio. And if that isn't
totally.
there, like what are we doing?
Exactly.
I've seen
gotta
a
have some
video
fun.
of like the first chick that did like techno kind of music on tape, like,
Oh yeah,
but it was like she started it all. Like it was like she would cut, splice, like literal hands on everything.
no
else.
way,
Like,
that's cool.
Like yeah,
like using like the physical tape and like
yeah,
this is
yeah.
what I
Well, yeah,
want.
everything was
Yeah.
legit. Like,
That's cool.
yeah, really cool.
You know, like the world of synthesizers was like really pioneered
Synthesizers.
by that lady who's like more of like an engineering genius.
That might have been the video. Maybe I'm crazy.
Maybe,
but
and it's
maybe
like
that's-
space sounds and
Yeah, she would make all
weird
sorts
stuff,
of weird
yeah.
stuff, and like,
it's so fun.
oh man, synthesizers are insane.
They are insane.
I saw this one video because all I live through is videos. I don't have any actual life experience. Well, this guy's like, there's a friggin' wall of holes and dials.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
he would literally like unplug this to
Oh,
plug into
yeah.
to plug it. Oh, and then I get this frequency, and then he's like, record that. Then it, like literal plugging in freaking
That's
like.
insane.
Yeah.
And he would come up with the craziest shit you've ever heard. Like,
Yeah.
like, it was
yeah.
like, it would blow you away, like, or
Yeah.
blow speakers or friggin' like,
It,
just
it
like,
fully would blow speakers
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. The amount of frequencies that those things create is nuts.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hired for a project Lisa Belladonna to play on some tracks. This is a few years ago, and she's pretty well known in the synth world.
Okay.
And she has something like that. It's like this big rack thing. And she lives in the Appalachian Mountains. And so we sent her the tracks, and then it's like, yeah, whatever you want to do. And it was like a compilation album of where there was songs, but we wanted her to play in the gaps to connect all of these songs together.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And so then she sent the files back, and you pull up like an EQ because immediately it's almost overwhelming. And like every single frequency on the spectrum is like firing off. I'm like, what? Like there's no other instrument that can produce, 10 hertz all the way through to like where it ends at 20 up top. And like, this is insane. And at first I was like, how do I mix this? I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
And then just got to pick like, well, the song needs it in here. So I guess I'll just
Yeah. Yeah.
give it a little bit of a boundary and
Yeah.
let her fly after that. But
That's cool.
they're wild instruments. They're pretty crazy.
I know nothing about them at
Yeah.
all.
I don't either, but
I just think it's really neat.
Yeah.
It's
It's
kind of
really
like
neat.
astronauts to me, like,
yeah.
or a plane pilot. Like you look at the cockpit of an airplane,
Yeah.
like
It's
look,
cool.
Yeah, like even me, I don't like. I understand basic MIDI stuff, right? Like using a virtual
Yeah.
instrument and I'm triggering it. I get all that stuff, but like I don't get how you create a MIDI sample. Like
Yeah.
it seems so foreign to me. Like I heard some guy.
The sound that you're triggering.
Yeah,
Like how you, yeah.
exactly. Like because I heard some guy that worked on movies. I don't even know if it was it Jason Skelton? Was he telling us this about how he creates MIDI samples? That might be the guy. Yeah,
the bass
we had this
player
guy
guy. Yeah.
who came into our band briefly, and he used to make effects for or not effects, I guess, like soundtracks maybe.
Yeah.
He's kind of like an Andrew Lloyd. He went to Andrew Lloyd Webber's place. That's right.
Like the guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And he does like the sound for like that stupid show that his wife's on or whatever.
But I think
Like
he does
CSI.
more of like effects for the music or something. I don't know if he does full scores. Oh no,
Right.
he
Really
does do.
interesting
Sorry,
dude.
Jason
Yeah.
Skelton, if
Way
you're
over
listening,
it.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Dude, yeah, he does scores as well because that's right. He had some TV show work. But anyway,
Cool.
I think it was him telling me that for some sound he had like a broken light bulb or something with like a shard of glass, and he took like a violin bow or something, and he was like going and he recorded that and then turned that into a MIDI sample, and he's like explaining this all to me. I'm just like, what the fuck?
That is so fun.
Yeah, like shit like
That's
that.
cool.
It really like excited me. I was like, you
Yeah.
can do it. Like this is how they do this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I like
anyway.
when they like break lettuce and stuff for like walking in the snow.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's
or,
cool.
like just there's so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's such a cool world. I would love to get into that.
So many behind the scenes.
Or at least
type
just go
stuff,
and
yeah.
check
So
it out
fun.
one day or something.
It's cool what opens up to you when you can kind of get rid of what you should or shouldn't do, right? Like if you can just explore and see what's
totally.
possible.
Definitely, yeah.
Like
Did
that's
you-
the world for that for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
Even the movie,
But even
industry,
bands too, like
yeah.
the War on Drugs band. I don't know if you've heard of them or
Oh,
into
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Great band. I love that
Yeah.
band. The producer for that, Sean Everett, is there's a part with Mix with the Masters, which is like an online tutorial thing. Anyways, where it shows his process in creating some synth sounds, and he's rubbing cymbals against like this big metal trash can, creating noise.
Yeah.
And then he imports it into Melodyne and then claps all the noise frequencies into a note. And then that's like the basis of his synth sound. Wow. And then he starts stacking these notes based off of noise that he's captured and creates these like synths. I'm like, that is so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like Enya when she makes like her voice every note on the keyboard or whatever.
Yeah.
Say it away. Say it away.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then that Gotcha dude, he like showed like a little thing of him, and he went and did like, he's like taking a bow or something on this like huge power line thing or whatever. Or this like, it's a tower cable
and
or
it's
something.
attached to buildings.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah,
and that's how you get that deep like whatever kind of.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
So fun.
I love the
Totally.
cello. By the way, I just got to throw
Yeah.
it.
Fucking
Probably
love
my
the cello.
favorite sound, or the low keys on a piano.
Yeah.
Bang. It's got that natural distortion kind of thing going on. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
so cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
If there's a way where you can hear that in the room, like I think you mentioned earlier about how like when you're playing on like a VST or like a software instrument, you don't get the same thing. And I think part of it is that you're not interacting with some of these
Visceral.
things that you can't get your finger on. It's
Yeah.
like, that there's some kind of resonance or vibration in
Yes.
the room that I have to
Totally.
interact with, and then because you hear it back, then you play differently, and
Yeah. Oh, totally.
and then before you know it, like a new expression is being formed because you're forced into that headspace. And
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I think that's what is potentially missing when you get down the rabbit trail of like pre-made sounds in DAWs. Is like, that's a cool place to start, but you got to mess with it and like start to discover something in there that starts to trigger more ideas or
Yes.
at least get your imagination going.
Totally. Yeah. I think my main problem is like, because I love it when I hear like a folk or a rock song where they actually have an orchestra in there with them, right? Well, even like I think it's Collective Soul did that on Dosage, that "You're All I Need" song.
Well, a bunch of songs. Yeah.
Sorry, which one?
A few songs. Yeah.
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 But yeah. Anyway, so like for me, it's like I always want to do that, even if it's not say trying to mimic real orchestra instruments. I want to do it with the synths or whatever pulses
Right.
and all sorts of samples and shit. But nothing's actually a sample. It's me actually playing
Yeah.
it and trying to figure it out. Whereas it's weird because the music I love too, like David Gray, for instance.
Yeah.
Like on that White Ladder album, he's got his track for the "We're Not Right" song. It goes into this solo, and it's one of those, that like antenna instrument thing.
Oh, like the
Theremin?
theremin? Yeah.
Theremin, yes, yeah.
Those are so weird.
Those
Like,
are crazy.
They're crazy, right?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden it goes into like a solo of that, and it's just like, and it's just like, you know what I mean? But see, I love it. See, I love it because
It's like a ghost sound or
Totally.
something from an old movie.
But like, there's a lot of shit like that on that album.
Yeah.
Some of it's a lot more subtle. Most of it is. But like for me, I always try to think in my head, okay, I just want that one thing that's different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I want that one thing, but yet I end up with 20 different things that are different. And then
Yeah. You
So-
got some choices to make at that point.
exactly, that's where I know I need that external producer to come along and say, no,
Right.
man, like you need that one
Yeah.
thing and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just,
All those other 19 things, those are 19 other songs or
yes,
whatever. it might
totally.
be. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So,
You don't have to put everything all into one song.
right.
Yeah.
He's done
Yeah.
that a few times, and it's actually kind of neat to hear. Like you're like,
Yeah.
Oh,
What is happening?
it's kind of
oh,
there's
yeah.
a jet engine in front of you. And you're just,
Dude, I remember, remember that Village of the Damned
Yeah,
version I did?
like,
yes, dude. Okay,
insane amount of
I gotta
layers,
hear
man.
this.
So many
Okay.
different things going on, and you're just
So-
like,
so I was like obsessed with the Orpheum Theater. Okay, this is a
Yeah.
story theater. It's my favorite theater. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's stunning.
And I don't know what kind of speakers they have now, but I'm pretty sure I looked it up and I found it was like the Mackie powered 1530. I don't know the model number, but I remember I was like really into it. So I got these giant fucking, like just two, so just one pair. I got
Right.
these giant things, and I had like a 500 square foot room with these two massive fucking things, right?
it was
And
awesome.
like I couldn't even put them on the stands properly because they'd be hitting the ceiling and shit.
That's
So I had to like
amazing.
put them on the stand sideways and then just anyway. But yeah, so I did this Village version of the Dam with all sorts of synth and pulses and shit like that. And I remember bringing Jordy over, and I was just like, dude, check this shit out. Just crank it. The fucking windows are just like in the house. And I'm just sitting there like right in the middle, like full blast. Like, fuck, this is amazing. Oh, man. So yes, it is amazing when you do have those moments where you're like, holy fuck. But like...
I like your gang. You did a gang vocals thing that was like 80 loops or 80 takes of like this, like, and it sounded so freaking cool. It was like a male choir kind of sound, you know, like, but without the like the, you know, like a Russian choir.
That's
or
actually,
something.
I love gang vocals.
That's something cool. I'm wondering about too. Like when you do gang vocals for a band, usually it's like multiple people singing at once. It's not just one person layering, right? Yeah, because it's just more natural and stuff.
Whoever hasn't felt included as much, hop on in.
Right. Yeah. I just had a very specific question about that in the mix because I have done
fire through it.
I've tried. I just want to know, how do you pan that shit?
Oh, well, I mean, traditionally you just kind of alternate left, right, left, right.
100.
Yeah.
Completely. Okay.
But I think now I'll record gang vocals with a stereo mic, which is on a Blum line.
Oh.
So basically it's 2 figure-8 patterns.
Okay. Yeah.
There on one mic, and there on the other mic. Then I'll just get people to move around the mic.
Oh.
So you're capturing the space in a consistent way.
Yeah.
But the voices are moving. And I've just found it stacks better. Wow. So that you have this consistency of the room, and they actually do sound like they're all in the same room, because it is the same room and the mic hasn't moved in the room, and you haven't moved the panning. So while the panning is staying the same, but the voices have moved around the mic. So every take, everybody changes the position.
Oh, that's...
and I'll do that with percussion too. So if there's multiple shakers, I'll move closer of like, this is the tone I want to lead with. Yeah. And I want it on this side. So I'll do my pass and I'll play the whole thing, no copy paste. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, I want to have a different tone of a shaker in the verse. And I want it to be in the middle. So I'll find the spot where it sounds right. Yeah. And then, in the choruses, I want things to open up. So I'm going to do a pass way out here, another pass way out here. And so I'm kind of sculpting as I'm tracking.
That's so cool. So you're using stereo mics for
those things.
For those.
Okay. But even like through the whole recording process, I'm stacking in a way where things are building organically. So I'm not really using, other than like EQ and compression on the way in and preamps and mic placement, I'm really like moving mics and making sure that we're capturing things the way I want to hear them. And then when we get to mixing, there's no problem solving. Everything plays back fine with faders kind of at 0. Right. And then off we go. Like now it's like, what's the emotion we want to pull out of all of this or exaggerate on? So
very cool.
Pretty fun.
Cool. Yeah, no doubt. No, thanks for that. Yeah, because
that's one of the million things you think about in a session. Like,
it's like always running in the back of my mind of like, where is this going? And sometimes I'll talk with them about it of like, hey, this guitar part, like, is this something that you want to lead with, or is this a complementary part? Where do we kind of anticipate this landing? Right. And then that will decide, how much we mess with it or, commit to where it's going to be.
Like maybe doing like octaves on a guitar line kind of thing.
Yeah. And maybe we don't use all of it. Like even with, working with Almaneros, that portion of time was them kind of trying to discover what's their sound. What do they want to be like? So it was really like, we tracked a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't keep. It was just part of the process and part of the fun of like, oh, this is cool. And you go down a rabbit trail. It's really great. I'm glad we did it. And you're like,
oh, totally.
We're not going to use it or who knows. Right. Like,
exactly. And that's a great track. I must say the Counting Pennies song.
Oh, like, so good. Yeah. I remember when they showed that to me for the first time and I just closed my eyes and it was one of those moments where I'm like, oh, Jay, don't screw this up. Like, and like, to me, like that's equal parts. Like I get nervous before starting a project still. Doesn't matter who I'm working with because there is, I think, a sanctity or a sacredness about that person's expression. And I don't want to get in the way. I want to find how do I push this along and kind of give it a bigger impact than what it has maybe just them in a room. And sometimes it's just capture it how it is and let it go. don't need
I was
to
going to
add
say, that's
anything.
kind of hard with them because they're so tight.
Yeah,
They
they're
can,
so
like,
good on their own.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, it was trying to maintain that special blend that they have, the two of them, make that the center and the focal point. And then everything else is in these roles on the outside. So
Right.
they're the ones leading the main kind of emotional swells and pullbacks. And then all the supporting instruments kind of accentuate that, pull back. But I remember, so that song, Anna wanted to do a whole bunch of different vocal effects, similar to like Phoebe Bridges and things.
Oh,
And
yeah.
originally I wasn't hearing the song that way because the sound of her voice and the purity of it and how it blended with Regan's voice. I'm like, really? You want to like mess with like distortion and like tremolo and like pitch shifting and formant control and all of this stuff? You know, I have probably 8 different vocal processing buses happening on that song, automating all kinds of different parameters to make the sound of that song. But it worked, and that was her idea of her expressing, here's how I want to present my voice. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Let's go
cool.
down this
Yeah,
road. And I learned a lot working with them too. So
Yeah.
there is a way where you can still maintain like the purity of a song in its like just live form.
Yeah.
But give it the production it needs to maybe have some ear candy that can draw the listener in.
Totally. Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
delicate line though. It's like it's hard to find that sometimes.
And it like all that stuff that you were saying that she wanted added, like that's very background too, right? Like it's very subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you went back and listened to it now, you might hear it. Like it's mainly
Right,
in the
yeah.
verses where you'll hear it kind of going, and
I see.
you might even think it's like guitar effects that are like someone's cranking the tape delay or whatever it is, but it's actually triggered from her voice.
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say job well done because it's.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
they made it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they're very
that's, like,
talented
when they
and
were here
great
too,
people.
doing their performance, like me and Joy just out here, just like listening.
Isn't that
just
fun? Just enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Actually, the song that they did, Riverbend, that'd be cool to. If they should have you do that one for them.
Is that
too.
theirs or is that the Crescent Skies?
Oh, is it Crescent
I think it
Skies?
might be the Crescent Skies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Okay, I was just
My
trying to push
apologies
them.
if it's
I was just
theirs.
trying to push them to get back in the studio and do that one because I absolutely love that song. That was the first song I heard of theirs
Yeah.
on their Insta, just like a little live video of it, and I was just like, "Holy shit, I have to have these guys on!" Like,
And then they
Really
recreated
great.
it here. Like, just,
I know.
So fun.
oh man,
Yeah. It's pretty
I
fun.
called it incestuous. Like the way they sing together.
Yes.
Like I actually thought they were brother and sister at
Yeah.
first because it's so.
I remember
like,
that part of the episode.
They
That
match
was
so
one of our
good.
best
And,
moments.
So
I
good.
still feel guilty about that. Anyhow,
That was one of our best reels ever.
It was great. It was great.
nothing says I love music like incest.
Very true. Very true.
What? So stupid.
Is that a good wrap up note?
Sure.
Yeah?
You want to
Okay.
wrap up there? I like it.
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
thank
you guys
so
are
much,
awesome.
Jay.
And
Appreciate you, man.
can you
Takes
put,
one
can
to
you
know
put this
one.
in the podcast? Thanks for everything that you're doing to support the music community. Like it honestly, like this is what we got. Our music community is our music community.
Yeah.
And the more people that are contributing and offering things that can help each other out, the better. So
Totally, man.
yeah,
Totally. Well,
thanks for doing it.
I will definitely keep that in. I will, because
Thanks.
that's awesome for us to hear, especially.
That hits him in the feel string.
It does, honestly. Like I've had so much hesitation to really kind of get back into this. Like I know I love it, and I know that I need it, but I was just kind of humming and hawing. Like I got nothing to offer the world. I was going through all the motions and shit, right? But then, like I say, this morning was like, oh, Jay's coming. No, it's business time. Like get on this, and then all of a sudden I just felt good.
Yeah.
And it was just
That's
like an
awesome.
instantaneous thing.
It's business.
Put your business
It's
socks on.
business time.
Yeah.
But shout out Flair the Concords. So anyway, yeah, no, that's really great to hear. And everybody listening, check out Jay Stewart. Check out fortrecords.com. Listen to all the projects he's been a part of as a drummer. We got Doubting Paris. We've got the Cedar Folk, which is still going. Check him out. Jeffrey Cedar. Is he from Cedar Folk?
No, so the Jeffrey
That's totally different.
Jeffrey Cedar is the name of a friend of mine, Jeff Weens, and we do writing for film and TV. We have a separate thing called Like Friends Productions, and that's working for film and TV sync licensing.
What?
Working with writers and to get their stuff ready for sync. Yeah.
Oh.
That's pretty fun. We didn't talk about
God.
that.
We didn't. Holy
that,
shit.
That is that's
like-
that's a pretty fun project that we have going on.
Man, that was always my dream to like write music for film and television, like especially like soundtracks for movies and shit. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's definitely a reason we're gonna have you back out. Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm more than happy to, as long as people don't get sick of me. That's the.
Oh no, trust me. If anything, they'll be sick of Jordy.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm the asshole. I'm the asshole. All right, everybody. This has been the Poets Garden podcast. Thanks, everybody. Like I say, check out Jay Stewart and hire him if you want a people first, awesome producer. Bangarang.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. The Poets Garden podcast is produced and recorded by me, James Donnelly, at the Poets Garden studio in Mission, BC. You can subscribe and rate us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and almost everywhere else. You can also find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. To avoid potential legal action, the Poets Garden podcast is not sponsored by the Penny Coffee Shop yet. So next time you're in Mission, stop by the Penny for a coffee or a gluten-free brownie and say you heard about them on the Poets Garden podcast. Thank you for listening.